I'm the barber of Seville. Say, what's he trying to do? I don't know.
The Little Rascals, also known as Our Gang, captured the hearts of audiences for decades with their innocent mischief, clever pranks, and unforgettable charm. These child actors became icons of early Hollywood, embodying a time when laughter was simple and stories were told through the mischievous eyes of children. But behind the laughter and the timeless black and white shorts, the lives of these young stars often followed far more complicated paths. Some faced struggles, others lived quietly into old age, and all of them eventually left the world. Each story unique, each ending a reminder of the fleeting nature of fame and youth. Today, we're exploring the lives of the Little Rascals cast members and the circumstances of their passing. This is a journey through Hollywood history, childhood fame, and the human stories that linger long after the cameras stopped rolling. Jackie Cooper. One of the most famous members of the Our Gang ensemble, Jackie Cooper became one of the first child actors to receive critical acclaim in Hollywood, earning an Academy Award nomination at just 9 years old. He eventually transitioned to adult roles and even directed later in life. Cooper passed away in his late 80s. Public accounts suggest he died peacefully, surrounded by family after a long illness, leaving behind a legacy of professionalism and the rare ability to grow up in Hollywood while maintaining a grounded life. Darla Hood. Darla Hood is often remembered as the sweet, charming girl who stole the hearts of the Rascals and audiences alike. Beyond her screen persona, Hood went on to enjoy a career in entertainment as a singer and performer. Reports indicate she passed in her late 40s due to a sudden health complication. While some fans were shocked, those who knew her recall a life filled with creativity and kindness, far beyond her role in the beloved Our Gang shorts. Spanky McFarland. George Spanky McFarland became the de facto leader of the gang, known for his intelligence, quick wit, and ability to command the screen even as a child. Spanky's adult years were marked by appearances in television and public events celebrating the Our Gang legacy. He passed away in his late 60s. Public records suggest he succumbed to health issues related to aging, a reminder that even childhood stars are not immune to the challenges that come with life's natural course. Alfalfa. Alfalfa, played by Carl Switzer, remains one of the most iconic faces from Our Gang, instantly recognizable for his off-key singing and signature cowlick. Switzer's post-Hollywood life was complex, involving work in radio, small film roles, and business ventures. He passed away in his early 40s under circumstances that have often been described in sensationalized accounts. Reliable reports indicate his death was sudden and tragic, cutting short a life that still carried the charm and humor audiences loved. Despite his early passing, Alfalfa remains an enduring symbol of the innocence and humor of childhood cinema. Buckwheat. Billy Thomas grew up in front of the camera, creating a character that became a cultural touchstone. In his adult life, Thomas stayed out of the public eye, working in various jobs while maintaining connections to fans and fellow cast members. He passed away in his late 40s due to health complications. Friends and family remember him for his gentle humor and the way he carried the spirit of Buckwheat beyond the screen, showing that even after fame fades, the character you play can live on in people's hearts. Mickey Daniels. Mickey Daniels was one of the early stars of Our Gang, known for his expressive face and energetic antics. After leaving acting, he led a quieter life, stepping away from Hollywood to pursue business ventures. Daniels passed away in his mid-50s. According to available information, his death came after a period of declining health, marking the end of a life that had brought laughter to countless audiences during the golden era of short films. Jean Darling. Jean Darling was one of the youngest members of the gang during the silent film era of Our Gang. Known for her innocence and charm, she later transitioned to stage and musical theater before eventually living abroad for several years. Darling lived a long life, passing in her mid-90s. Her longevity allowed her to reflect on her early Hollywood experiences with humor and perspective, serving as a bridge between modern audiences and the early days of cinema. Matthew "Stymie" Beard. Matthew Beard, better known as Stymie, was celebrated for his clever one-liners and distinctive bowler hat. Stymie faced challenges after leaving acting, including work in various industries while navigating the shifting cultural landscape of mid-20th century America. He passed away in his mid-50s. Reports suggest health issues played a role, but his life story is remembered for breaking barriers as an African-American child star in early Hollywood, highlighting resilience and talent that went far beyond the screen. Darwood Kaye. Darwood Kaye, who played the character Waldo, had a quieter life after leaving Hollywood. He found fulfillment outside the spotlight, dedicating himself to family and later religious work. Darwood Kaye passed away in his late 70s. His story reminds us that not all child stars stayed in show business, and many found satisfaction in ordinary yet meaningful paths. Tommy Bond. Tommy Bond, best known for playing Butch in the Our Gang series, transitioned into a career behind the camera in later years, working as a production assistant and contributing to the entertainment industry in a new capacity. He passed away in his 70s. Bond's life demonstrates the adaptability of former child stars and the way creative passion can continue in unexpected forms, even when the spotlight is no longer shining. Darwood Kaye and Mickey Laughlin. Both Kaye and Laughlin represent the stories of many child actors who stepped away from the public eye. While not everyone's end was widely publicized, available accounts suggest peaceful passings, often surrounded by family and friends. Their stories emphasize that not all tales of former stars are tragic. Some simply fade quietly, leaving a legacy of joy in the memories of those who grew up watching them. The unseen struggles. It's important to acknowledge that the lives of child actors are often complex. Some members of the Our Gang series face challenges adjusting to adulthood, navigating fame, and finding a sense of identity after childhood stardom. While the causes of death range from health-related issues to unexpected events, each story reflects a human journey beyond the screen, a reminder that the laughter and innocence we remember was only a part of their lives. The allure of the Rascals lies not just in the comedy they created, but in their humanity. They were children first, actors second, and like all of us, they lived full lives with joys, struggles, and experiences that shaped who they became. Even as we focus on their final years, the impact of their performances continues to ripple across generations. Think about this. When we watch those classic shorts, we see only a few minutes of a day in their lives. But each child brought their own story, their own challenges, and their own triumphs to the screen. Behind the laughter and pranks were moments of resilience, creativity, and sometimes heartbreak. What would it have been like to grow up so publicly, with every small action captured and judged by millions? The story of the Little Rascals is, in many ways, a story about the tension between innocence and the world beyond the studio lot. As we look back on each cast member, a pattern emerges. Some found stability and happiness in adult life. Others struggled to reconcile their early fame with their later years. Their stories are often cautionary tales, yes, but also celebrations of creativity, courage, and the fleeting magic of childhood. In many ways, the Little Rascals were pioneers, setting a precedent for how child actors could impact culture long after the final credits rolled. Even those who passed young left a mark that endures. Carl Switzer's Alfalfa, Billy Thomas's Buckwheat, Darla Hood, Spanky McFarland, these names continue to evoke smiles, nostalgia, and a deep sense of connection to the past. Their deaths remind us that the people behind the characters were real, living, breathing individuals, and that the laughter they inspired carries on even decades later. It's sobering to consider that the cheerful, mischievous faces of the Little Rascals we see on screen are no longer with us, yet their influence is timeless. Every time we laugh at Alfalfa's off-key singing, Darla's charm, or Spanky's clever schemes, we are participating in a legacy that outlived them. Their stories remind us of life's fragility, the enduring power of joy, and the way art can immortalize even the smallest moments. Perhaps the most lasting lesson of the Little Rascals is this: childhood is fleeting, fame is temporary, but the laughter, the memories, and the impact we leave behind can echo for generations. In remembering how each cast member passed, we are not merely recounting endings, we are celebrating lives that touched millions and continue to inspire smiles, curiosity, and reflection. If this journey through the lives of the Little Rascals has given you a new perspective on the people behind the screen, consider sharing your thoughts in the comments. Which of these stories touched you the most? Do you have a favorite Rascal moment that still makes you smile? Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more explorations of Hollywood history, childhood stars, and the stories that live beyond the screen. Every click, every comment helps keep these memories alive, honoring the legacy of the Little Rascals and the joy they brought to the world.